listen to Custodian's records. Listen to Custodian's records.
My ride or die, stay by my side.
I started my journey into styling about 2.5 years ago. I just finished uni and I was kind of like, what do I do now?
That I go home and write for. The others ask what I gotta write for.
So I met Labrinth before he was signed, and he was looking for a record deal and I was looking for a job, and I pitched my services to him. I just said, you know, maybe I could help you out and I could, you know, help shape your image. I hadn't done any styling like that before. I'd never done any celebrity styling or even styling one individual. But he liked my ideas, him and his manager liked my ideas, and when Labrinth got signed, they kept me. Then I was introduced to his record label, Psycho, which is Simon Cowell's label, and they got to know the way that I worked and they quite liked it. Once I started working with the Psycho label, you know, they passed other clients such as Cher Lloyd, and it really kind of started from there.
Say nobody, nobody, not nobody, baby nobody.
So I grew up in a Nigerian household. It was just me and my mum, and it was very strict. You know, education was everything. And, you know, before I even touched primary school, I knew I was going to university, and I knew which one. My upbringing massively contributed to the person I am today. For one, my mum was really into fashion, and she exposed me to a lot of designer labels at a really young age. And so I was always aware of big fashion houses and collections and seasons. I believe she kick-started the Stylist in me. And if she wasn't as strict as she was, I would have definitely gone off the rails. And at the time, I thought my mum was really harsh on me. I thought I had it really tough compared to everybody else, but I really thank her now for everything that she did, because if it hadn't been for that discipline, I definitely wouldn't be disciplined enough to be able to run a business by myself.
So it ain't no more looking after that. And she
I'm working with music artists, like I have to pinch myself all the time because it's still such a dream to me. I'm working with some people that I grew up listening to, and now I'm at a point where we're working on jobs and we're equals, which is insane, but absolutely amazing. And it's taught me so much. I've learned so much in such a short space of time, and I'm incredibly blessed for the opportunity, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
we ain't never burn on them. Love you cause you ain't never turn on them. So them other girls, you don't hear a word of them.
I would say the music genre that influences me the most has got to be hip-hop. Hip-hop has this effortless cool, you know, it has a story, it has a struggle, it has passion as well. And those are all the things, hopefully, that I want to have within me. So, yeah, definitely hip-hop. Oh, my top 3 music artists at the moment. It's been a tough one because recently there's been a lot of music I like, which is rare for me because I'm really still stuck in the 80s and the 90s. But I would say Jessie Ware, Leanne Havas, and Laura Mavila. High fashion versus high street. I love them both, you know, equally on different merits. I grew up around a lot of designer labels, and my mum would definitely be the advocate for the luxury stuff. You know, me though, I'm always much more impressed when I see someone put something amazing together on the high street, because a lot of people will say to you something's great because they know the designer name, and what they're really doing is appreciating the designer as opposed to the way that you put it together. And so for that reason, I'll go with the high street.
Say that we clueless, see how we do this, they say that we foolish. I just look at them like they the stupid ones. They could do what they do for them, baby, you the one. And she asked if this thing crashed.
How I deal with negativity, I try not to pay much attention to it. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, especially in a job like mine, where it is really all down to opinion. So I'd rather have people love me or hate me, or love or hate the work that I do, rather than be indifferent. Because then at least you're making people feel a certain way. And maybe people might just think I'm a douche, which is okay, because I've learnt the importance of self-acceptance and self-belief, and you really do need to believe in yourself first and foremost. And as long as I know that I've done each job to the best of my ability, and I've tried my hardest, you know, that's all that matters.
She bought my tracks in the whip. Them others act like my raps is the shit.
The 3 qualities I think you need when starting as a stylist is some passion. Passion, I would say, is first and foremost, as if you don't have it, with a job and an industry like this, you will crumble at the first hurdle because it's not easy. It's not just shopping and picking out clothes. There's a massive pressure behind it. So passion is definitely important. The second thing I would say is a good business acumen, because styling is almost the easy part of it if you have a talent in that area. You know, the hard part is the business stuff, and it's the stuff that you don't get taught in school, and it's the stuff that you're not prepared for, because I certainly wasn't. So I would say definitely acquire some business knowledge before stepping into the business. The earlier you do that, you know, the better you'll be. And then the third thing I would say is remaining true to yourself. You know, we're in an age at the moment where being a stylist or a photographer or just creative jobs in general are very much the in thing to do. And in order to separate yourself from everybody else that wants to do exactly what you're doing, you have to remain true to yourself and know what it is you want and why you're doing it, and, you know, even be confident within your own personal style, because that's going to be the flair that gets you noticed.
Nobody, not nobody, baby, nobody. My ride or die.